Hey, shalom, guys.
Shalom.
Yes, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today, if you see something move in the back seat, it's our daughter. So she's asleep right now. Gianna's knocked out. So we decided to pull over real quick and try to do this quick video. She just moved. That's funny. But today in this video, we're going to be discussing some things that we just ran across about visas in other countries besides Africa, and visas in Africa in itself. So, yes, guys, we're going to be talking about home. And I hope you guys think home is where we are, Africa.
Africa.
So make sure you like the video, share the video with someone that you think it will help, and subscribe to the channel.
So, a lot of people talk about going to South America, Europe, or Asia because they have easier visa processes, even like Portugal. I hear a lot of Black people talking about Portugal, but
Thailand.
yeah, Thailand. But Africa is literally home. Africa will always be home. Africa has always been a safe haven for our people. Of course, in ancient times, and then throughout the 60s and 70s with the Black Panthers, Angola and Tanzania opened up to the African diaspora. And so a bunch of Black Panthers were coming here and going to Angola and finding safety here. And then, of course, you have Ghana. Now, the latest one is Kenya with the President William Ruto opening up Kenya for the African diaspora who are interested specifically in business and want to come to Kenya and promote free trade within Africa. This is part of the African Free Trade Agreement Initiative, as far as we can tell. We first saw this from the Residential Tourist, shout out to that channel, and then we did some more digging to look at some blogs from African Business Insider, and a few other links will drop down below so you guys can see it for yourself. But this is a huge move for the continent.
Really?
An enormous move. So shout out to William Ruto. That's awesome. Obviously, Kenya is going to be the next hotspot for the African diaspora that are looking to return home, because he literally just opened up the doors and said, come in. And he didn't do it as like part of some huge marketing initiative. Like, he literally just said, welcome home. This area is your house too. And let's rebuild Africa. Let's, come together on this African free trade agreement and break these barriers to trade within the continent. Now, of course, there's going to be pushback from the naysayers, but I believe the president of Kenya is wise enough and strong enough in his mindset that he doesn't really care, because what he really cares about first and foremost is his brothers and sisters in Africa and the diaspora.
Exactly. Hopefully, all the countries in Africa will do the same thing Kenya's doing soon. So, guys, you got to pay attention to what's really going on and how Africa is really starting to open the doors for African people.
Yep.
The diaspora that's around the world. So, y'all gotta pay attention. Y'all really do. Y'all really gotta pay attention. Keep your eyes open. Make sure you know what's really going on in Africa.
Yeah, especially East Africa. I think it's even more awesome because we usually hear that a lot from West Africa, because Sierra Leone, that's where my mother's lineage is from. Sierra Leone, they allow people of Sierra Leonean descent, not African descent in general, but people of Sierra Leonean descent to get citizenship in Sierra Leone if they can prove that they're from there. So hearing this come out of Kenya is great news for those of us who are in East Africa, who love East Africa. I imagine that Ethiopia and Tanzania and maybe even the Congo would also follow in Kenya's lead, especially since those are the main countries. So South Africa, Ghana, Egypt, Kenya, Tanzania.
The East, the free African trade.
Yeah, all these countries, Tanzania, Kenya. I don't know if Rwanda opened up as part of it.
Uganda, is it Uganda or Rwanda?
I think it was just, I can look at the article. I'll link the article below. But I believe it's Tanzania, South Africa, Ghana, Egypt, Kenya, and I think those were the main ones that signed on to do the first phase of the African Free Trade Agreement. So that means they're initiating stuff behind the scenes. They're having conferences and they're doing the work that it takes to create an Africa that has no barriers to other Africans that live on the continent and in the diaspora.
Wants people to have a business idea
Yeah.
to come.
And specifically in one of the articles, what was cool, which you don't hear a lot, is that he said that he wants YouTube creators and like business people who are on social media and on YouTube specifically to be the ones to come back to Africa and come back to Kenya and create great content. This is a very smart and strategic
Mm-hmm.
move for him as the Kenyan president, because Kenya has a lot of safaris and has a lot of different like views, like you have Mombasa, Nairobi, and all these areas, and has a lot of different beautiful things that you can do. And so for him to say that means that he understands the value of excellent content. And then not only does he understand that, he understands and appreciates the value that the African diaspora has to bring. So in this article from Business Insider Africa, I'm just going to read like the first two paragraphs. As a first significant step to removing obstacles of intra-Africa commerce, the President of Kenya, William Ruto, has announced plans to abolish visa restrictions for African citizens traveling to Kenya for business. Dr. Ruto apologized for the visa requirements to the public and business sectors at a session on the African Continental Free Trade Area in Nairobi on Monday. So a lot of things are happening, and that was on June 1st that article was written. A lot of incredible things are happening on the continent. So you, as the African diaspora, Black person that's thinking about going to South America, Europe, all these other places, we would implore you to choose Africa instead of all these countries, because the people that come here and that are on the ground here, that are starting businesses and already have the groundwork, it's going to be 10 times easier for them to actually be accepted into these programs when they're ready, when they're released, because they already did the groundwork. So you need to get in right now where you fit in, because you have creative expertise, you have divine talents, you have expertise that is valuable in Africa, even if you don't realize it and see it. So that's our spiel for today. Check out Multiply Your Talents. Right now we have a discount. It's our business incubator. You can learn more about that in the description box. But we have a $60 off coupon, June 23. Enter that code at checkout, June 23, to get $60 off our best-selling business incubator, which teaches you how to become an entrepreneur, a creative entrepreneur, then teaches you also how to establish your marketing foundation so that your business can flourish and not plummet during these times.
Exactly, guys. What she said. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching to the end. All praise to the Most High. And yeah, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. Shalom.
Shalom.